ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ସାଙ୍ଗମାନେ ଜୟ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ and welcome to the study companion. Study with me, your study companion. ମୋ ସହିତ ଅଧ୍ୟୟନ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଅଧ୍ୟୟନ ସାଥୀ। ଚାଲନ୍ତୁ ଆଜି ଆମେ ପଢ଼ିବା ଫିଜିକାଲ ଡିଭିଜନ୍ସ ଅଫ୍ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ, ଭାରତର ଭୌତିକ ବିଭାଜନ। India is a broadly divided into 6 major physical divisions. There are the Himalayan mountains, the northern plains, the peninsular plateau, the Indian desert, the coastal plains, and the island. These are all 6 physical divisions of India, each with distinct landforms, geology, and characteristics that shapes the subcontinent's diverse geography. Here is a breakdown of each division. Number 1. The Himalayan mountain. The northern barrier including the Greater Himalaya Himadri and extensions like the Purvanchal formed by tectonic activity. Number 2. The northern plains. The fertile Indo-Gangetic plains formed by river deposits crucial for agriculture. Third, the peninsular plateau. 4. The Indian desert, Thar desert, located in the northwest, characterized by sand dunes and arid conditions. An ancient triangular landmass, Deccan Plateau, forming India's largest physiographic division, rich in minerals. 5. The coastal plains. Narrow plains on the east, Bay of Bengal, and west Arabian Sea of the plateau, important for fishing and boats. 6. The islands. The Lakshadweep, Arabian Sea, and Andaman and Nicobar Bay of Bengal groups offering unique ecosystems. And now we will discuss one by one. The northern mountains Himalayas, Uttariya Parvatya Anchal. Northern and northeastern Himalayas connected civils. The northern mountains are the world's highest and newest mountain range. Primarily, the Himalayas, a series of parallel ranges formed by the collision of Indo-Australian and Eurasian tectonic plates. They act as a natural barrier between the Indian subcontinent and Central Asia and are divided into three main ranges. There are the Great Himalayas, Himadri, the Middle Himalayas, Himachal, and the Outer Himalayas, Shivalik. Great Himalayas is known as Himadri, Middle Himalayas is known as Himachal, Outer Himalayas known as Shivalik. These mountains are crucial for India's climate and rivers which originate here and carry fertile soil to the plains. Key characteristic of formation. The Himalayas are young fold mountains created by the ongoing collision of the Indo-Australian and Eurasian tectonic plates. Geographically, they stretch for approximately 2,400 km, forming a major natural and climate barrier. Divisions. The northern mountains are generally divided into 3 parallel ranges running from north to south. Himadri, also known as Great Himalayas, the northernmost most continuous range containing the highest peak like Mount Everest. It is made of granite and perennially snow-covered area. Himachal, known as Middle Himalaya, a discontinuous range. Hills like the Pyar Panjal, Dhauladhara, and Mussoorie ranges. Many popular hill stations are located here in Himachal, Middle Himalayas. Shivaliks, also known as Outer Himalayas, the southernmost range characterized by lower hills, thick forest, and composed of unconsolidated sediments. Significance. The Himalayas play a vital role in India's geography by forming a natural wall along the north border, protecting India from cold winds, acting as the sources of major rivers like the Ganga and Jamuna, influencing monsoon rainfall leading to heavy precipitation in many parts of India, providing fertile soil for the plants through river erosion, allowing for hydroelectric power generation. Look at here, Himalayas division in three parts. Himadri, Greater Himalaya, located here, where snow-covered area highest with glaciers and peaks have too much here. Greater Himalaya, Himadri, where have too much snow-covered area, highest peak with glaciers and Indu river is located here too in this way. And Himachal, Lesser Himalaya, which is located Uttar Pradesh in this area, is located Lesser Himalaya, Himachal, where have too much valleys like Kashmir Valley, Kangra Valley and Kulu Valley in this area, Uttar Pradesh. And third, Shivalik, Outer Himalayas, which is located out of Himalaya in this area, Shivalik, Uttar Pradesh, which is located Uttar Pradesh and have lowest range with hills and narrow valleys in Shivalik range, outer Himalayas. And three major rivers are Brahmaputra, located in Assam, Meghalaya, and Indu river is located here, and Ganga river is here. Now you can see properly Karakoram range is located Jammu and Kashmir. Bhakra Dam is located Himachal Pradesh. Karakoram range, Ladakh range, Jhankar range, Piyar Panjal range, Shivalik range, Nanda Devi located here, Kumain areas. Hindu Kush is located in this area, Afghanistan, Tajikistan. Karakoram range is located in Ladakh, Srinagar, Ladakh range, Jhankar range, Piyar Panjal range, Jhelum river, Ravi river, Dhauladhara range, Shivalik hills, Great Himalaya, Mount Everest, Tasangopa, Brahmaputra river, Varanasi, Ganges rivers. Most important short questions now we will discuss on this topic, the northern mountains Himalaya. So question number 1, what are the northern mountains of India? The northern mountains mainly refers to the Himalayan mountain range are the northern mountains of India. How many parallel ranges are found in these Himalayas? 3 main parallel ranges are found in these Himalayas. There are Himadri, Himachal and Shivalik. What is the other name of the Himadri? Himadri also known as Greater Himalayas. What is the average highest of the Himadri range? More than 6,000 meters. Which is the highest peak in the Himalayas? Mount Everest. Mount Everest is the highest peak in the Himalayas, 8,848 meters. In which country is Mount Everest located? Nepal. In Nepal country, Mount Everest is located. What is the other name of Himachal range? Himachal range also known as Middle Himalayas or Lesser Himalayas. Which famous hill station lies in the Himachal range? Simla, Mussoorie, Nainital, Darjeeling is famous hill stations lies in the Himachal ranges. What is the outermost range of the Himalayas called? Shivalik. Outermost Himalayas is known as Shivalik. Which range is known for valleys called dune? Shivalik range is known for valleys called dune. Name two important dunes are Dehradun and Patli Dune. What is the general direction of the Himalayas? North and west to southeast is the general direction of the Himalayas. What protects India from cold winds coming from Central Asia? The Himalayas act as a barrier. Protects India from cold winds coming from Central Asia. ସେଣ୍ଟ୍ରାଲ ଏସିଆରୁ ଆସୁଥିବା ଥଣ୍ଡା ପବନକୁ ପ୍ରୋଟେକ୍ଟ ସୁରକ୍ଷା କରିଥାଏ ହିମାଲୟଜ ବେରିଜ୍. ନେମ୍ ଟୁ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ପାସେସ୍ ଇନ୍ ଦ ହିମାଲୟଜ ଆର୍ ଶିପକିଲା ଆଣ୍ଡ ନାଥୁଲା. ଶିପକିଲା ଆଣ୍ଡ ନାଥୁଲା ଆର୍ ଟୁ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ପାସେସ୍ ଇନ୍ ଦ ହିମାଲୟ. What is the significance of Himalayan rivers? They provide water, irrigation, hydroelectricity and fertile soil. Is the significance of Himalayan rivers. Name three major rivers originating in the Himalayas are Ganga, Jamuna, Brahmaputra are three major rivers originating in the Himalayas. What are Trans Himalayas? Ranges located north of the Himalayas such as Karakoram, Ladakh, Jhankar. Which is the highest peak in India? K2. Godwin Austen Peak is the highest peak in India. What is the importance of the Himalayas for rainfall? They help cause rainfall by intercepting monsoon winds. Why are the Himalayas called young fold mountains? Because they were formed recently geologically and have high sharp peak. Which range has the widest valleys? Himachal range has the widest valleys. Which plateau lies the north of the Himalayas? The Tibetan plateau lies the northern of the Himalayas. What is the approximate length of the Himalayas? About 2,400 km is the approximate length of the Himalayas. What is the approximate width of the Himalayas? Between 150 to 400 km is the approximate width of the Himalayas. Name two states of India located in the Himalayan region. Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, also Jammu Kashmir, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh are these are states India located in the The Northern Plains, Uttara Deshiyo Anchal. The Northern Plains or Indo-Gangetic Brahmaputra Plains are a vast, fertile and densely populated region in India, formed by the alluvial deposits of the Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers and their tributaries, stretching from Rajasthan to Assam. Known for rich alluvial soil, flat land, ample water and high agricultural productivity, making it a crucial agricultural and cultural heartland. Formation formed over millions of years by the deposition of silt alluvium carried by the Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers as they flowed from the Himalayas, created a large fertile basin at the foothills of the Himalayas. Key features: vast and flat. A massive, generally flat expanse with gently slopes. Fertile soil area, rich in alluvial soil, ideal for agriculture. River systems, fed by major rivers and their numerous tributaries. Agricultural hub, favorable climate, water supply and fertile soil support intensive farming. Regional divisions example Rajasthan plain, arid semi-arid region. Punjab Haryana plain and by Indus tributaries. Ganga plain, the core of the plains including Uttar Pradesh, Bihar. Brahmaputra plain extend eastward into Assam. Significance: one of the world's largest alluvial plains and densely populated areas. Supports a large portion of India's population and food production. Rich cultural heritage, history shaped by the mighty river systems. Northern Plains area. This area is called Northern Plains area. उत्तरदेशीय अंचल. पंजाब स्टेट टू हरियाणा, उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार टू झारखंड and West Bengal to Brahmaputra river, Meghalaya to Assam. Located Northern Plains area. Three major rivers: Indu river located here, Ganga river located here, and Brahmaputra river located here, Meghalaya, Assam. This area is called the Northern Plains area, उत्तरदेशीय अंचल. Ganga Plains covered mostly North India, Uttar Pradesh. Most important questions on this topic. Number 1. What are the Northern Plains of India? The Northern Plains are vast fertile plains formed by the deposition of alluvium by rivers like the Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. Question number 2. Which rivers form the Northern Plains? Indu, Ganga, Jamuna, Brahmaputra and their tributaries. Rivers form the Northern Plains. How were the Northern Plains formed? By deposition of alluvium brought down by rivers from the Himalayas. What is the total length of the Northern Plains? About 2,400 km length of the Northern Plains. What is the average width of the Northern Plains? About 240 to 320 km width of the Northern Plains. Which soil is found in the Northern Plains? Alluvial soil is found in the Northern Plains. Why are the Northern Plains called the food bowl of India? Because of fertile soil and high agricultural production. Name the three main divisions of the Northern Plains are Punjab Plains, Ganga Plains, Brahmaputra Plains. Which states are part of the Northern Plains? Punjab, Himalaya, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Assam and part of the Rajasthan. These states are part of the Northern Plains. What crops are mainly grown in the Northern Plains? Rice, wheat, sugarcane, maize and plus. What is alluvium? Fine soil deposited by rivers is alluvium. What is babur? A narrow belt of pebbles found at the foothills on the Himalayas. That is called babur. What is terai? A marshy region south of babur with dense vegetation. What are khadar soils? New alluvium deposited every year, very fertile. That is called khadar soil. What are bhangar soils? Old alluvium found above flood plains. That is called bhangar soils. Why is population density high in the Northern Plains? Due to fertile soil, flat land and good transport facilities. Which plain is formed by the Indus River system? Punjab Plains formed by the Indus River systems. Which plain is the largest in India? The Ganga Plains is the largest in India. What is the importance of rivers in the Northern Plains? They provide irrigation, fertile soil and transportation. Why are floods common in the Northern Plains? Due to heavy rainfall and overflowing rivers. The Peninsular Plateau, Upadipio Anchal. The Peninsular Plateau is India's largest and oldest geographic division, a vast ancient triangular tableland of crystalline igneous metamorphic rocks, forming the core of the subcontinent rich in minerals and characterized by broad valleys, rounded hills, and a general slope from west to east, crucial for India's river systems and economy. Its remnant of the Gondwana landmass divided into Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau with the Narmada River separating them. Key characteristic formation formed from the break of the ancient Gondwana, making it one of the Earth's oldest landmasses. Composition made of hard crystalline igneous like basalt and metamorphic rocks like gneiss, schist, shape and slope. Wrongly triangular broad in the north, tapering south slope gently towards the east, influencing major rivers flow Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. Divisions Central Highlands north of the Narmada, including the Malwa Plateau, bordered by the Aravalli Range. Deccan Plateau south of the Narmada, a triangular region flanked by the Western Ghats, Sahyadris and Western Ghats. Topography features include rolling plains, shallow valleys, rounded hills and steppe-like terraces with fertile black soils. Regor in the northwest, ideal for cotton. Significance rich in mineral wealth, iron, koila, bauxite, sources of major rivers, shaped settlement patterns and economic development in South in India. Malwa Plateau, Bundelkhand Plateau, Bengalkhand Plateau, Chhota Nagpur, Chhattisgarh Plateau, Ranchi Plateau, Maharashtra Plateau, Telangana Plateau, Maidan, Karnataka Plateau, Melnad Plateau. These are located in Peninsular Plateau. Most important questions on this topic. Question number 1. What is the Peninsular Plateau? The Peninsular Plateau is the oldest landmass of India made of hard igneous and metamorphic rocks. Question number 2. Which type of rocks form the Peninsular Plateau? Igneous and metamorphic rocks. Why is the Peninsular Plateau called the oldest part of India? Because it was formed before the Himalayas and has stable rocks. Which rivers originated from the Peninsular Plateau? Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada, Tapi. These all rivers originated from the Peninsular Plateau. Name the two main divisions of the Peninsular Plateau. Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau are two main divisions of the Peninsular Plateau. Which river divides the Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau? Narmada River divides the Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau. What are the Central Highlands? The northern part of the Peninsular Plateau lying north of the Narmada River is the Central Highlands. What is the Deccan Plateau? A large triangular plateau lying south of the Narmada River is a Deccan Plateau. Which mountain range border the Deccan Plateau? Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats mountain ranges border the Deccan Plateau. Which Ghats are higher, western or eastern? Western Ghats are higher. What is the highest peak of the Western Ghat? Anaimuri, highest peak of the Western Ghat. Highest is 2695 meter. Why are Western Ghats important? They cause heavy rainfall on the western coast. Why are Eastern Ghats discontinuous? Because river cut through them while flowing to the Bay of Bengal. Which plateau lies in Karnataka? Karnataka Plateau lies in Karnataka. Which minerals are found in the Peninsular Plateau? Koila, iron, ore, manganese, bauxite. These all minerals are found in Peninsular Plateau. Why is the Peninsular Plateau rich in minerals? Due to ancient igneous and metamorphic rocks. Which type of soil is found in the Deccan Plateau? Black soil, Regor soil. This type of soil is found in the Deccan Plateau. Why is black soil important? It is ideal for cotton cultivation. Which plateau is known as the Malwa Plateau? A part of the Central Highlands Plateau is known as the Malwa Plateau. Name one important economic activity of the Peninsular Plateau is mining. The Indian Desert. ମରୁଭୂମି ଅଞ୍ଚଳ ଭାରତର ମରୁଭୂମି ଅଞ୍ଚଳ. The Indian Desert, also known as the Thar Desert or the Great Indian Desert, is a large arid region in the northwestern India subcontinent, primarily in Rajasthan, India, with parts extending into Pakistan. It's characterized by vast sand dunes, rocky terrain, salt lakes, and a hot dry climate supporting unique flora and fauna like the chinkora and Great Indian bustard despite scarce rainfall. Key characteristics of Indian desert. Location covers over 2 lakh square kilometer, mostly in Rajasthan, India, also touching Gujarat, Haryana, Punjab and parts of Pakistan, Sindh and Punjab. Geography features rolling sand hills, dunes, rocky outcrops, salt lake bends, dhans and sandy plains bordered by the Indus River plains and Aravalli range. Climate hot and arid with very little rain, less than 50 minimum annually and extreme temperature. Variation from freezing winters to scorching summers over 50 degrees Celsius. Biodiversity rich ecosystems with resilient wildlife including 25 snakes species, 23 lizard species and numerous birds, plus unique vegetation like thorn scrub forest. Culture known for its vibrant cultural heritage, traditional crafts, embroidery, mirror work and resilient desert communities. Significance. The Thar Desert is a significant subtropical desert important for its unique ecosystem, cultural richness and role in the regional climate despite being bypassed by the main monsoons that water most of India. Rajasthan. This area is called Thar Desert, Indian Desert area. Let's discuss most important questions on this topic. Question number 1. What is the Indian desert also called? The Thar Desert is called also in Indian Desert. The Indian Desert also called the Thar Desert. Where is the Indian Desert located? In northwestern India, mainly in Rajasthan. Which state does the Indian Desert extend into? Rajasthan, Gujarat, Punjab and Haryana. Which state does the Indian Desert extend? Which country lies to the west of the Indian Desert? Pakistan country lies to the west of the Indian Desert. What type of climate is found in the Indian Desert? Hot and arid dry climate. Type climate is found in the Indian Desert. What is the average annual rainfall in the Thar Desert? Less than 150 minimum. Why is rainfall very low in the Indian Desert? Due to the absence of moisture, bearing winds and high temperature. What is the main physical features of the Indian desert? Sand dunes. What type of sand dunes are common in the Thar desert? Longitudinal and crescent shaped dunes. Which river flows through the Indian desert? Luni River. Where does the Luni River end? In the Run of Kutch. Why does the Luni River not reach the sea? Due to high evaporation and sandy terrain. What kind of soil is found in the Indian desert? Sandy and saline soil. What type of vegetation is found in the desert region? Thorny, bushy and sclerotic plants. Name two important desert plants. Cactus. Khajri and cactus. Which animal is commonly found in the Indian desert? Camel. Why is the camel called the sheep of the desert? Because it can travel long distance in hot desert conditions. What is the main occupation of people in the desert? Animal rearing, pastoralism. Which crops are grown in the Indian desert? Bajra, jowar, barley. What irrigation project has helped agriculture in the Thar desert? Indira Gandhi Canal irrigation project. From which river does the Indira Gandhi Canal get water? Satluj River. Which winds are responsible for sand movement in the desert? Hot local winds. What is a sand dune? A hill of sand formed by wind deposition. Which famous city lies in the Indian desert? Jaisalmer. Why is population density low in the Indian desert? Due to harsh climate and scarcity of water. The coastal plains area. ଉପକୂଳବର୍ତ୍ତୀ ଅଞ୍ଚଳ. The coastal plains physical features of coastal plains are flat, low-lying areas of land to the sea formed by sediment deposits form rivers or sea action acting as a transition between the ocean and inland highlands, often featuring fertile soils, lagoons, details and supporting agriculture, trade and ports. In India, these plains run along the western Arabian Sea and eastern Bay of Bengal side of the Deccan Plateau, differing in characteristics like width and features. Narrow west with estuaries, border east with deltas. Key characteristics. Formation created by deposition of sediments by rivers, alluvial or ocean currents and sometimes by wave erosion. Topography generally flat with gentle slopes rising from the sea to inland hills, often with terraces. Boundaries seawards by the shoreline and landward by highlands or plateaus like the Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats in India. Soil rich in fertile alluvial soil, ideal for agriculture, especially rich rice cultivation. Indian coastal plains example: Western coastal plains, Eastern coastal plains. Western coastal plains narrow, situated between the Western Ghats and Arabian Sea, featuring estuaries, backwaters like Kerala and divisions like the Konkan and Malwar coast. Eastern coastal plains border located between the Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal, known for large river deltas, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri and lagoons, Chilika Lake. Significance economic, crucial for ports, trade, fishing, salt production and tourism. Agricultural, highly productivity due to fertile soils supporting major food crops. Coastal plains divided into two parts, western coastal plains and eastern coastal plains. Western coastal plains are Kathiawar coast to Konkan coast to Kanda coast to Kanyakumari coast, and eastern coastal plains Utkal coast to Andhra coast to Coromandel coast. Some important questions on this topic. So question number 1, what are the coastal plains of India? The coastal plains are narrow strips of flat land located along the eastern and western coast of India. How are the coastal plains divided? They are divided into western coastal plains, eastern coastal plains. Which sea lies along the western coastal plains? The Arabian Sea lies along the western coastal plains. Which sea lies along the eastern coastal plains? The Bay of Bengal Sea lies along the eastern coastal plains. Which coastal plain is wider, eastern or western? The eastern coastal plains are wider than the western coastal plains. Name the two main divisions of the western coastal plains. Konkan coast and Malwar coast are two main divisions of the western coastal plains. Name the two main divisions of the eastern coastal plains are Northern Sarkar and Coromandel coast. Which rivers from deltas on the eastern coastal plains? Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. These rivers from deltas on the eastern coastal plains. Why are deltas absent on the western coastal plains? Because rivers are short and fast flowing, so they do not deposit much silt. Which coastal plain has many lagoons and backwater? The western coastal plain has many lagoons and backwater. Name a famous lagoon of the eastern coastal plains. Chilika Lake, Odisha. Which coastal plain is more suitable for agriculture? The eastern coastal plain is more suitable for agriculture. Why are the coastal plains densely populated? Due to fertile soil, flat land, good climate and trade activity. Which coastal plain is important for fishing? Both eastern and western coastal plain. Name any two major ports on the eastern coastal plains are Chennai and Visakhapatnam are two major ports on the eastern coastal plains. Name any two major ports on the western coastal plain. Mumbai and Kochi are two major ports on the western coastal plains. Which coastal plain lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea? Western coastal plains lies between the Western Ghats and Arabian Sea. Which coastal plain lies between Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal? Eastern coastal plain lies between Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. What is the economic importance of coastal plain? They support agriculture, fishing, ports, industries and trade. Name the southernmost part of the western coastal plain. Malwar coast. The islands. Bharatara Dipa Samuha. An island is a piece of land smaller than a continent that is completely surrounded by water, found in oceans, sea, lakes or rivers, and exist alone or in groups, archipelagos, varying greatly in size, formation, continental or oceanic, and ecosystems often harboring unique biodiversity. Key characteristic. Definition. A landmass entirely enclosed by water, distinct from a mainland. Size. Smaller than a continent. Australia is a continent not an island. Location can be in oceans like Hawaii, sea, lakes, or rivers like river islands. Groups. A collection of islands is called an archipelago. The Philippines, Japan. Types of islands: Central Highlands, Oceanic Highlands. Central Islands, land masses separated from a continent like Great Britain or Greenland, sharing similar geology. Oceanic Islands, formed from the ocean floor, often volcanic like Hawaii, or coral reefs, atolls. River and lake islands, smaller islands formed by sediment or debris in freshwater bodies. Significance: biodiversity. Islands are often hotspots for unique species. Endemisms found nowhere else due to isolation and specialized evolution. Madagascar, Galapagos Island, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Sri Lanka, Lakshadweep, Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal. Important short questions on this topic. So question number 1, what are islands? Islands are pieces of land completely surrounded by water. Question number 2, how many major islands groups does India have? India has 2 major islands group. Name the 2 major islands group of India are Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep Islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Where are the Andaman and Nicobar Islands located? In the Bay of Bengal. How were the Andaman and Nicobar Islands formed? They were formed due to volcanic and tectonic activities. What is the capital of Andaman and Nicobar Islands? Port Blair is the capital of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Which is the only active volcano in India? Barren Island. Andaman and Nicobar Islands is the only active volcano in India. Which channel separates Andaman Islands from Nicobar Islands? 10 degrees channel separates Andaman Islands from Nicobar Islands. Name the southernmost point of India. Indra Point, Great Nicobar Island is the southernmost point of India. What type of climate do Andaman and Nicobar Islands have? Equatorial climate, hot and wet. Which vegetation is found in Andaman and Nicobar Island? Dense tropical evergreen forest. About Lakshadweep Islands. Where are the Lakshadweep Islands located? In the Arabian Sea, located Lakshadweep Islands. How were the Lakshadweep Islands formed? They are coral islands formed from coral deposits. What is the capital of Lakshadweep? Kavrathi. Which is the largest island of Lakshadweep? Androt Island. What is the main occupation of the people in Lakshadweep? Fishing and coconut cultivation. What type of climate does Lakshadweep have? Hot and humid climate. Which vegetation is mainly found in Lakshadweep? Coconut palms. General importance questions. Why are islands important for India? They are important for strategic location, biodiversity, tourism and marine resources. Name one difference between Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep Islands. Andaman and Nicobar volcanic origin, Lakshadweep coral origin.